Somali-American model Halima Aden is breaking barriers in the world of fashion. You might remember Aden when she made history in 2016 for wearing a burkini and a hijab during the Miss Minnesota USA pageant. She has since appeared on the covers of British Vogue, Allure, and Vogue Arabia. She is now the cover star of Teen Vogue's new July issue. Now, Teen Vogue filmed Aden on a trip back to Kakuma, the refugee camp in Kenya where she was born. Today, UNICEF is announcing Halima is their newest ambassador. And of course, she is here now. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're so young and all these accomplishments.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk first. You lived in a refugee camp until you were 7?
7.
7 years old. And then you got to go back.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like for you to return?
It was very emotional, probably one of the hardest trips that I've ever taken, only because it was my first time returning back home, and it was also the first time TED Talk was doing the first ever talk in a refugee camp. So it was just really emotional, but I'm so grateful to Mikey K, who went with me, and thanks to Teen Vogue, who went and captured the entire journey. But it was emotional. It was really emotional.
You're the newest UNICEF ambassador. You've now lived in a camp. With your experience now, what do you plan to bring to this role?
So working with UNICEF and just knowing firsthand the work that they do for children. I was a child in the camp, just when I was 7, so I know that children are children and they need to hope, they need to dream, they need to realize they could hope and work hard and get out of whatever circumstances that they're in. So my work with them, I wanted to focus on education and making sure that we're doing everything we can to instill hope in the kids.
You've been on the receiving end of the help, and now you're going to be on the giving side.
Yeah.
You feel like you have a better connection with those kids that need that help?
Oh, well, definitely. Even for myself, I looked up to the UNICEF staff and the UNHCR staff and even the missionaries that came and played with us and came and got to meet us.
Because that's important when you're a kid.
It is, but I never saw a refugee who lived in my shoes come back, so that's where the disconnect is. And sometimes when you know what somebody's going through, it's easier for them to connect with you. And I think that's what I'm most excited about, is getting to meet them and getting to hear their stories and inviting them to the conversation, because we can't really have solutions without the refugees.
Let's talk now about your early successful career into the fashion industry. What has it been like really breaking barriers getting in as a hijab-wearing model?
I got super lucky. I did a pageant. I did the Miss Minnesota USA pageant, and then that was the chance for me to get into the industry, and I got super lucky to be signed to IMG Models. And representation is so important, especially look, it says I am America. This will change the lives of so many girls who wear the hijab.
And I was going to say, I mean, we can cut here and we can see this. How important is it for other young Muslim women who wear a hijab to see this?
Well, the messages I get are from girls from everywhere, who say, I don't feel represented. I don't feel represented in mainstream media because I can't flip through the channels. I can't pick up a magazine and see somebody wearing a hijab. And here I'm on the cover. I did not conform, and beautifully said, I am America, at a time when people don't often feel like they belong.
What was it like for you and your family seeing this cover for the first time?
Emotional.
And that's good.
It is, but it's also, this will inspire so many girls to not be afraid to be the first. If it wasn't for me not being afraid to put myself out there, I wouldn't have had this cover today. And as a minority, you have to make the most out of any opportunity. And I came from a refugee camp, and today I'm on the cover of Teen Vogue. I can't even put into words,
Did you ever think, I mean, when you were in a refugee camp, did you ever think Teen Vogue covers of Allure were in your future, or was that a pipe dream?
No. Especially since just seeing how long fashion has come and how much the industry has changed, in especially recent years. I was on the cover of British Vogue, and a hijab-wearing model. It's never happened in 102 years. So it just kind of shows you it's been needed, but we're getting there. It's not what the past was. It's the present, and the present is everybody gets to feel represented, and that's how it should be.
Well, you look fantastic on the cover, and I'm sure everybody's going to be snatching it up and buying it. So congratulations on all your continued, and please come back to visit us.
I got you. Say no more.
All right. Thank you very much, Halima Aden. Thank you.